Once again, I'm feeling kind of loose, so we'll try and make this as concise as possible. The average life expectancy in the U.S. has dropped for a second consecutive year. That's according to a new government report issued this week. The report shows a 3-year drop in the estimated American lifespan since the beginning of the pandemic. So the fall is the largest 2-year drop in nearly 100 years, like around like World War II-ish. The average American lifespan is now 76 years old and 1 month. In 2019, it was 78 years old and 10 months. The CDC blames 3 things, which I don't think you'll be shocked by. COVID deaths, because, of course, there was a lot of them coded that way. Drug overdoses and suicides.
Yeah.
Now,
by the way, fuckers, the drug overdoses and the suicides are because of your lockdown policies because of the COVID, you fucking fascists. Fuck you. That's why we're having those. And the COVID deaths, effect. Who the fuck even knows how many they marked as COVID deaths? Because we're going to have to find that shit out because they've incentivized hospitals to mark everyone with a COVID death.
If you were COVID positive when you died.
After the motorcycle accident, you got that. So we'll see what that data is, too.
Would you guys like to take any guesses what the longest lifespan is and shortest based on race?
In the U.S.?
The longest?
Just in general.
So the longest?
Yeah, in the U.S., but still divided by race.
So you gotta,
something American.
You got to go Japanese on the tall end.
You're right. Asian American, life expectancy 83 and a half.
Then you got to go...
Dwarfs.
You think...
Race?
You think black would be good, but maybe there's like a American Indian type.
You are a goddamn genius.
Yeah, see?
65.
See, blacks, there's always someone doing worse.
But by the way, when I get this 76, I see this as good news. I don't know. I know how I feel now, and I'm thinking about how I'm going to feel when I'm 76, and I'm not going to be like, boy, give me 10 more years of this shit.
Yeah.
Like 76, I think would be a great run.
Yeah.
I know, but hanging out at home and drinking and playing darts, I feel like you're going to make a great old timer.
Shotgunning pickled beers, what could go wrong?
So the American Indian is the lowest.
Yeah.
65.
Yeah. 65
How
to
about
the Asian
Japanese?
American.
How long
That's
do they go?
83 and a half.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we got to fix that through systemic what? Like, I love the whole thing where it's like, we got to fix this thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe they have a better diet. Maybe they have a little better body mass index. Maybe they don't smoke as much. Maybe they eat a little better. Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking a lot about airplanes today, and I mean, not dangerous, but tacky things happening on planes. So let's talk about this one.
Such as? Do tell.
A recent Southwest flight was getting ready to take off to Cabo when a passenger used the Apple AirDrop feature to pass along nudes to fellow travelers. And it got so out of control, the pilot had to get on and intervene. Here's a clip of the plane captain admonishing passengers for doing this and basically saying, like, I'm turning this fucking thing around.
So you can, well, he was saying I'm not taking off.
We're going to hear it.
I watched TMZ.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the deal. This continues while we're on the ground. I'm going to have to pull back to the gate. Everybody's going to have to get off. We're going to have to get security involved. And it's vacation that's going to be ruined. So you folks, whatever that airdrop thing is, quit sending naked pictures. Let's get yourself to Cabo.
The AirDrop feature. So that went super viral.
So you can communicate with everyone else on the plane?
If their Bluetooth is on, they're discoverable.
Play the rest when he says, and the guy with the lemon on his head.
We're looking at you.
Knock it off.
Someone tried to airdrop something to Christy on the flight home from Hawaii.
Hot.
I mean, she didn't accept,
randomly?
she didn't deny or whatever it was. Or
you have to accept it?
Yeah. Like if you push accept, it'll be airdropped right into your photos, your photo library.
So like some gent few seats forward could be attracted to you and just go, hey, lady,
you want to see what I'm packing?
It would be unlikely he would know who you are. Like on the iPhone, it would say like Joe's iPhone, Fred's iPhone. You start dropping it to people. Because it didn't say Christian seat.
That happened recently on another flight. That was a video that was going around, and I guess they figured out what guy it was, and the women just started like beating on this guy. So don't be a douche.
Beating off this guy?
Beating off this guy.
Okay.
They took it very well.
See, maybe it works. Send these nudes.
Do you remember, Brian? I know you will because you're a big Virgin flyer.
Does Virgin exist?
Not really.
Alaska
but do you
bottom.
remember their like sort of thing with like swinging singles on their plane?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you could send
No, yes,
a bag of
yes.
mixed nuts to row
You could
13E.
send messages like from the
Yeah.
screen, like, oh, the girl in 14D is really hot. I'm gonna press
Like,
that and
who
say,
would
hey,
want that?
sup, or whatever.
I used to bring my Mr.
Inappropriate.
Microphone onto the plane. Remember that? Hey,
yeah.
hey,
Hey,
look, I'll be
Logan.
back to pick you up later. They love that. Yeah.
Oh, we're very familiar with Mr.
Oh,
Microphone.
Mr. Microphone.
Let's talk about Yale. A Yale University orientation group is apologizing for committing violence after some of its members helped clean up a homeless encampment that had been evacuated by the police. And that is the entire sentence. Fox News reports that Yale's Focus program is one of 5 groups for incoming freshmen that focus on community service around the university. The program partners with New Haven Department of Parks and Trees, which had been a group of students just cleaning up stuff. And the police had cleared out this one encampment, and so they came in to clean up the aftermath. But student leaders at Focus were outraged when they learned of the move, stating that students had committed theft against unhoused people. Members of Focus said this.
Theft means you keep the thing or sell it.
Not toss it. This is what their
I don't know
statement
about-
said.
how do you have valuables if you live on a sidewalk? I mean, what do you think you have? My collection of Fabergé eggs is missing. Missing. I tell you, thank God they were insured.
Well,
My
no,
Yadro.
no, because during the height of COVID, where I live in Venice, Rose Avenue, there was about a 4-block stretch. There were lots of valuables, bikes. You go,
Yeah.
it
Bikes.
looked like
Other
literally
people.
looked like a bike shop. I'd go by and be like, wonder where they're getting those from.
Yeah.
Where the $5,000 tech
Yes.
that they're yeah. I mean, there's lots of valuables in the camps. They're just
That's a
not,
good point.
not theirs. Yeah.
Well, this was the statement they put out to the Yale News.
You know, my
the Yale
feeling
Daily
with
News.
I see guys riding around on 2 bikes now and carrying, my
Ghost riding it.
my new policies. The ghost riding guy, the guy's riding one bike and he's ghost riding the other. And I used to go, that guy's stealing that bike. That bike's stolen. Now I realize both bikes are stolen. He
You were wrong.
He didn't go down to Sears and buy the one he's riding and then steal the other one. He stole the one he's riding as well.
Probably true.
I love the idea that we had to. There's these ordinances that we're doing. Like you have to kind of think about the ordinance. Like there was a city ordinance that no homeless encampments between 500 feet of the schools and churches, and then
Daycare.
And we're going to do away with chop shops. Like what are you talking about? Chop? Just open street chop shops where you steal bikes and then chop them up. Like. Is that shit just illegal?
Yeah,
like, would we need
Why
an
make the
ordinance?
decree?
Why the decree? You stole someone's bike, you're fucking chopping up and selling the parts. How about that just falls under the heading of theft?
Illegal.
Illegal?
We talked about Baby Blues, the fire, before a couple of weeks ago. There was a guy across the street with a van parked with a hand-scrawled sign on a piece of cardboard said, "Bikes for sale."
Oh.
On his van that he was
Whose?
clearly living
He's a
out
broker.
of. And he had a bunch of, and I'm going, how is, like, if I did that, I know I'd be in jail. Like, I know that if I did this, I would be in jail. But this guy's openly selling bikes that he stole on Lincoln Boulevard in Venice, a major thoroughfare.
Broad daylight.
And you're going, no one's doing anything about this.
No.
Oh, I got to drink more.
Empty
This Carolla
bag.
Colada.
It's good.
Take this sting off.
Well, this is the statement the group put out. This sort of violence, cleaning up after the cops, and theft of unhoused people's homes and belongings is antithetical to the values of Focus. And they went on to say the fact that Focus members were told to participate in this violence speaks to the gap between the ideals we hold and the work we actually need to do. This is a really good example of broadening a term. Violence.
Well, listen, I've said it went
And
from
theft.
Yeah.
offended to affected to impacted. It's all the
Traumatized.
same shit. It's
Yeah.
like you just stuff that used to be offensive. And you go, well, fucking lighten up then, Bible thumper.
Yeah.
Then it went affected. Now I'm affecting you. Now I'm impacting you. Now I'm fucking hitting you with my car.
Yeah.
Fuck you and your misuse of the English language. What violence? Cleaning up your fucking shopping carts with your shit in it. It's not violence.
No, anybody that says that has never grown up the way we grew up. Like, I know what violence is. It's when
Yeah.
someone fucking punches you in the face. Like, it's a lot different than if someone took my thing that I left on the curb. That's not violence. That's
Thank God.
It's another word.
Dan was covered in Crisco and he didn't cut. He slipped that shit like a prize
By the
fighter
way,
with Vaseline.
that was another thing, man. They couldn't, when you get in the
couldn't
fight,
get him.
you got the Crisco one, slides right off.
Oh, they try to hold you down. Like an eel. They slide right out.
I would be remiss if we didn't mention one of the most iconic bits of Family Guy, the greased up deaf guy. Where that you have to catch him.
Oh,
and
like a pig?
Yeah, and you can never catch him.
You
don't remember that one?
I don't remember, but I am seeing if I ever, God forbid I die of like melanoma, Carolla's going to be like, saw that coming.
Well, you didn't want to get to 76 and a half.
Totally
so he
saw
got his
that
wish.
coming. Yeah.
Dragging down the average.
That'll teach you, Crisco.
Those white guys.
One more?
Yeah, one
All
more.
right,
I've
just
got to
because-
apologize for violence.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just, like you said, it's a misuse of the word. This is just such a great visual. You just Google it because it's fantastic. Motorists in Memphis were held up for hours on Interstate 55 on Tuesday when a tractor trailer overturned and spilled its entire load of Alfredo sauce.
Wow.
Oh,
This
no.
creamy, sticky, thick
no.
white sauce covered the northbound lanes of the highway and made it impossible for cars to pass.
It literally is.
It's Alfredo sauce everywhere. Luckily, the driver of the truck wasn't injured, and the crash is under investigation. It took hours to clean up because not only is there sauce everywhere, there's glass everywhere. It was just tons and tons of jars of Alfredo sauce in the hot, humid, fucking
The
all
smell.
the vermin, the bugs.
The only thing that would make that story better is if it crashed into a fettuccine truck.
That's true.
And then they're like, now what do we do?
A Bertolli truck.
What do we do?
Get a fork.
Guess what? You bring in the homeless people who had all their
That's
shit
right.
stolen and you let them eat the fettuccine Alfredo.
Goodness, bad news.
Genius.
Probably, yep, there we go.
Yeah. I don't know what they, on the racetrack, they'll throw like the kitty litter down to like soak it up. If there's oil, I don't mean Alfredo sauce. But in this case, I don't know, got to get a pressure washer, got to get the
Sure.
street sweeper. I don't know. You guys ever seen it? The street sweepers don't seem that effective.
No, it's just like a
I grew up
sort of a
watching them. It's
broom.
like
Yeah,
a
just
brush that
swish it
turns
around.
and a guy who goes there and it leaves a weird wet track, but it never seems any cleaner.
No.
It just
It's just
kind of,
swirly.
it's kind of like a leaf blower. It's
Yes.
just, they're just kind of
Just
spreading it
moves it
around.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
move shit around.
And this just in, breaking news in Heinz site, as it says on the tweet.
Don't do that.
And this was August 30th, just a day or two ago. A tomato truck was overturned on the California highway. So I don't know if
Wow.
you want a red sauce or a white sauce, but you have options.
What's going on? A lot of pasta-related accidents going on.
Delicious accidents.
What's the best tomato, Dan?
The Jersey Fresh tomatoes.
There's a Jersey Fresh?
Oh man, there used to be commercials when I was a kid, and they go Jersey Fresh tomatoes, and they would look. Jersey tomatoes are the best tomatoes.
I love a beefsteak tomato.
Oh man, what are the green ones called?
Green
Tortillas.
tomato. Oh, those are different.
No,
Those
the
aren't
ones that you
tomatoes.
get when you get this tomato salad.
It's
that you
green
get the
tomatoes.
one. Is it just called a green tomato? There's no name for
Heirloom
it?
tomatoes are just like
heirloom tomatoes.
Those are just like mutts. They're just rando tomatoes that create stripes.
I don't like the cherry tomatoes. I don't like
No,
the little
nobody
ones.
likes
I
them.
don't like they're pussy. The skin is too hard.
Yep.
It's too thin. I don't know what it is. Who talked us into that? Why are they popping up everywhere? Why are they on top of every salad? So many people will like them. I hate them.
Well, you
I don't
bite
get
them
it.
and the shit squirts out
Yes.
and gets on you.
Your mouth
then
isn't big enough.
Then the fucking skin is leather.
No, it's
What is that?
My
Real quick.
Oh, please.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
My truck driving uncle used to talk shit about tomato truck drivers and orange truck drivers because they were seasonal. They weren't real truck drivers. He's like, if you're ever driving on Highway 5, watch out for the tomato truck drivers.
Just because I'm a little tiny bit lit and I don't know when we'll ever get to this. Have you guys seen Moondrop grapes? I just emailed Ben a picture of them. These were at Ralph's. They fucking blew my mind. Have you heard of these?
No.
Moondrop.
They're like
No.
long. They look like big, long, like purple carrots.
Oh yes,
They're
I have seen those.
crazy.
I see the tiny ones.
They're
They're
long.
grapes.
These
Yeah.
these are the size of baby
They're like
carrots.
grapes you take a bite out of while you're holding the other part of the grape, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And you
They're
just eat them
huge.
like you do normal grapes? Or
You'd
they,
eat it like
Yeah.
you were eating a pickle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, they're long. Yeah.
Anyway,
I've
just wanted
seen
to know
them.
if
Wait, are you saying those,
Keep your eye out.
that length there is huge, in your opinion?
it's very girthy.
All right. Okay, I like this. Can I say something, by the way? I listened to the show yesterday.
Oh, that was that.
I listened to the show yesterday, and you were talking about sign language, right?
Yeah.
and I needed to bring this up. My very first girlfriend in my life, Danielle Simon. I don't know where she is. I haven't seen her in a lot of years. Don't want to give away how old I am.
Okay.
So I learned sign language. She was deaf.
Well, she was not listening.
And I knew this. Man, damn it! I knew someone was going to go there. So I learned sign language. Enough of it. And I forgot everything, but the one thing I remember. This is ready. Wait, this is what I remember.
Two knuckles coming.
It looks like a heart, and you go like this, and you spread it. It means separate, break up.
Oh, she dumped you that way.
That's the only sign language I remember is when Danielle Simon dumped me at the YWCA camp in Philadelphia. We were at YWCA camp. That's where we met. And she had met somebody else, I guess, but she dumped me. I was like 8.
Oh, how sad.
And this was what I remember.
She did the hand. Oh,
she broke up with me.
Oh, Dan, no.
I know. It's terrible. But I'm not kidding. When I was listening to you yesterday, first of all, maybe the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Oh my God.
The thing that you did about the signers was so brilliant, man. I was walking my dog. I was laughing so hard. But then I got a little traumatized because I remembered. I really thought Danielle and Simon and I had I know.
I know she could have been your little drinking buddy forever.
She didn't,
But she did that. It's sort of 2 thumbs up, Fonzie,
like a hitchhiker.
You would think a woman that didn't have to listen to me talk, I'd have a future with.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you'd think that would be the woman for me, and no. Anyway, I just thought I'd bring it up.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you, Dan.
I know.
Should I bring it home?
Yeah, bring it home.
You got it. Gina Grad.
Unless Dan's got another story.
I'm getting this is I've entered the weepy maudlin drunk stage of my Danielle.
Had a blind girlfriend in the 9th grade. All right, let me tell you last but not least, the Jordan Harbinger Show, a different kind of sponsor for this episode, the Jordan Harbinger Show. Well, if you're a fan of fascinating podcasts or interesting people, you should definitely check it out. There's an episode for everyone, no matter what you're into. Jordan talks with Scott Adams about persuasion in a world where facts don't matter. Or you can go inside the dark world of wildlife trafficking. You'll always find something useful to apply to your own life, like routine changes to boost your productivity or slight mindset tweaks to change how you see the world. Jordan's a good dude, interesting guy, speaks a lot of languages, been there and done that, so check him out. We enjoy the show. I think you will too. So you can search out the Jordan Harbinger Show. That's HARB, as in boy, IN as in Nancy, GER, and do it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to finer podcasts. It is the Jordan Harbinger Show. Dan Dunn, the podcast, What We're Drinking with Dan Dunn. Instagram, The Imbiber. You can check that out as well. Dan's got a couple of books out as well.
American Wino, Living Loaded, Nobody Likes a Quitter.
Yeah, very good and funny books and well-crafted books as well. And Paul, you can Instagram him at pfunkla as well. You can go to amcarolla.com for all the live shows. Coming up, Austin, Texas, Cap City Comedy Club, September 9th and 10th. We'll do some stand-up and some live pod there. And until next time, this is Dan Dunn for Paul Sanguinetti and Gina Grad and Paul Bryans.
You just said this is Dan Dunn.
Dan Dunn.
Sorry.
I knew he wanted to be me.
I was reading Dan Dunn. Sorry, this is Adam Carolla for Dan Dunn that I was reading.
Thanks for
Paul
back in
Sanguinetti.
Vegas. I'm sorry. You teed that one up.
And Paul Bryans, say it. Mahalo.